seen from Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba and the sheikhs that he sent in every corner in Senegal to teach knowledge, to teach the Quran, to teach religious sciences. And from also his sons, from the first caliph to now, even Sheikh Salih Mbake, and also Sheikh Murtada, who devoted all his life for teaching and knowledge. And right now we see how much Serigne Saliou loves the kids and then send them to the Dawah so they can learn and become true Muslim, true Murid. If we say true Muslim, people confuse sometimes being a Muslim and being an Arab. We are Muslim, but we also belong to a culture that is different from the Arab culture. And under his guidance, you see everyone who knows Sheikh Saliou Mbake knows that he loves kids, and kids hang around him, and you know he even doesn't want anybody to frustrate them or to do anything that harms those kids. Very pious Imam of the worshippers of God. He is the benefactor, a charity well known for his generosity, fights poverty and misery and destitution. Humble in his nature, Sheikh Saliou Mbake is also one of the humblest worshippers of God. He's respectful, very respected, with a strong character. He's very efficient and sure the most efficient among the followers of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. He's the one who develops and values social land and housing for social infrastructure and basic education. In Touba, he has laid the emphasis on public lighting, electricity, so can improve the learning process of all these people who are sent to the Dawah to learn. He finalized the land, the title land of Touba, and made Touba a pole of attraction where every people, even from all over the world, every year they just flock to Touba for blessing and also for knowledge. After this point, talking about knowledge and Muridism, and it's not only knowledge that you learn through books, but also tarbiyah is the way of uplifting the person to a certain spiritual standard, so he can go higher in his quest to the realm of the Almighty. And also, when we talk about knowledge and learning, people think that it's only man who should learn, but it's a false judgment on Islam. From the early days of Islam, people remember Shahna Aisha, who has brought a lot of hadith to people, and who was a very learned woman. And we come also to the woman we all worship, being the one who begat our great Sheikh and leader, Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. So we talk about Sokhna Jaara Bousso, who is one of a kind, and who at the age of 10 had already memorized the whole Quran. Memorized meaning she could recite it without looking at it. And after that age, at the age of 12 or even less, she could write the whole Quran without looking at it. So there was a phenomenal prowess from Sokhna Jaara Bousso. And we know that even her mother was a teacher who taught Quran and the religious sciences, and who was one of the most outstanding women that Islam has ever produced. And we know that even though Sokhna Jaara Bousso was a teacher, she was also a very well-known housewoman, and then who followed the principles of her after her husband. And then we in the Murid community believe that the work he did under our great-grandfather, Mamar Anta Sali, blessed her with Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, whom now is the pole of attraction, who is Khadim Rasul now, who is the ear of the Prophet. the message or what the Prophet himself wanted has been achieved by Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba. Because when the Prophet left this world, he was worried about the future of the community. But Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba revived this way, revived all the teaching that the Prophet Muhammad gave to his followers. So then, we know that, and then he did it without peace, without fighting in wars, without going to what we call jihad with the weapons. And the jihad that Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba advocates is jihad al-nafs, is the fight against your own soul, against the evil in you, to tame all those evil passions that come from you and try to put you on the wrong way. So this is what Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba taught us, jihad al-nafs. So Sokhna Jaara rose and stood up high, at a pedestal higher than any woman we have ever witnessed in Islam. So this gave us, blessed us with Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba. And then until now, a lot of dawah have been created by women who are daughters of Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba or granddaughters of Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba. We also see the example of Sokhna Maimouna Mbake, who was a pioneer in teaching and knowledge. Now also in Porokhane also exists a center for young girls, a lot of them whose name are Jara Busso, who are there to learn. So this is also something very important in our community. So to move from there, not only in the Murid community did we learn the Arabic language, from also learning the Arabic language and studying the Qasidah that Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba wrote, a lot of his followers also revived the local languages like Wolof and started writing Wolofal. So Wolofal also was very, very important in teaching in teaching Muridism and making people proud of who they are. So Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba came to make us proud as Muslims and also proud as Africans. And then revitalizing those languages that some people thought that writing in Wolof was almost like heretics. And then you see a lot of those writers like Sheikh Musa Ka, and then answering to those who think that Wolof was not a good language to write poetry. And then he would say, mu ngeen ma dégloo tey jii ma laabiire gaa yu baax yi naan ay Wolof baaxul ndaree dee sawal ku baax. So Wolof was considered, some of those learned men thought that you should write about the Prophet Muhammad only in Arabic. So then Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba was writing in Arabic, but his followers also was trying to convey this message in Wolof. So Wolof also, Wolofal was a way of assuring our identity, but at the same time being true Muslims, to give value to that language. And they have written a lot of poetry that even those greatest poets that we have learned at the modern Western school have not attained. A high degree of poetry from, you see, Sëñ Jaxate, Cheikh Musa Ka, Omar Kayre, and a lot of others who have written tons and tons of works in Wolof to make people, that was just to make people proud of themselves. Not just you are a black African, so you should be ashamed to use that language and then try to imitate the Arab or try to imitate any other people.